Yo guys, YaozuBot here. Yaozu forgot to turn his microphone on for the first portion of this stream. This is pretty normal. He is bad at streaming. So on his behalf I want to thank 6th GA and the other clans of this event for allowing him to cast. He had lots of fun, and we hope you enjoy the video. Please remember to like, subscribe and give comments for how Zoid can improve a post-scriptum. Now on with the video.
Live. We are live! Welcome to my boys on YouTube to part 4, chapter 4B of the Operation Pericles event hosted by 6GA, taken part with several clans from Gamma Company and First RB and a couple of other clans. I'm sorry if I didn't mention your clan name. There's a lot of clans to keep track of. This is a one lifestyle event that has a focus on realism. It kind of blends D&D and Postscriptum together, so a story is being told over several months. If you didn't see the first videos of me casting this event, I highly recommend you go check them out on YouTube. Sadly, I missed 2 parts because I had other games to cast, but from what I understand, the Axis have been winning quite a few games and they're gaining quite a lot of ground. Tonight, the objective for the Axis is to destroy 5 ammo caches that the allies are defending. This is a one lifestyle event, so people can only respawn when they're told to by admins. There's a limitation on weaponry and roles the factions can take, limitation on the vehicles and other assets. There's also limitations on communication, so Radio Man can only use squad chat and command chat, things like that. Only medics can revive. It's really good. There's a lot of custom rules. It is best summarized, as I said, it's D&D meets Postscriptum, which is really cool. They're telling a story here. It's not just all about raw gameplay and playing in a competitive scene to win. So anyway, welcome from YouTube. If you do enjoy this video, remember to like, subscribe. We're going to be covering the other parts of this campaign as it wraps up. And yeah, also, you know, drop by the Twitch next time where we're drinking live on stream. You're welcome. The objectives for tonight. As we said, the Axis has to destroy 5 ammo caches, and already we're going to get contact. It looks like there is a big push coming in from the Axis in the south. There's also a big push coming in from the north. There are scouts ahead, though, for the Allies. 6GA are playing the Allies tonight. The Axis are a mixture of, let's have a look here, First RB, the 501st, I think there's some Gamma Company. Yeah, there's the Gamma Company. So a mixture of, I believe these are all NA clans. I've hidden nameplates and tickets because tickets don't really play a part in this. Tickets have no impact on this. And nameplates, we got rid of it just because it's a one live event and it makes it look a little bit more cool. It looks a little bit more authentic. So you can see on the map, this is a custom map as well. The campaign hosts, or creators should I say, use the SDK that was released by Periscope to update the maps to tell the story they want to tell. So you can see this map has been completely customized by the modders. You can see circled on the map 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are the positions the Allies have to defend. They have to make sure the Germans don't destroy the majority of the caches. There are 8 ammo caches on the map. You can see them in the circled zones. If the Germans manage to destroy 5 of those caches, then it's game over. The Axis win. The story of this is the Axis have pushed forward. They've encircled the Allied forces, who at this point are being reinforced by resistance forces from the French, giving them supplies and manpower. So the Germans here simply have to move in, destroy the ammo caches while the Allies are weak. And yeah, the victor from this event will sway how the next event goes. Whoever wins one portion of the event, it affects the next portion of the story being told. So Chapter 5 of Operation Pericles will be impacted by the results of this game here. So it might help the Germans if they get a victory, or the Allies if they get a victory in the next part. So you can see the Germans already pushing forward. It looks like the Allies aren't really defending any other positions aside from one. Questionable why they're doing that, but, you know. This is also a one life event, so the gameplay is a lot slower. Obviously, you have one life. Your life is more valuable. You're not going to respawn in this event tonight. Your life is valuable. If you die, that's it. You have to wait until there's either an allowance by the admins, or there might not be a respawn at all. So you had to be a lot more valuable with your life, so the gameplay is going to be a lot more slower. It's going to be a lot more tactical. You're not going to see AT infantry rushing at tanks over and over and over and over again. You're going to see them being patient, using cover, using firepower, using suppression as they move forward. And you can see the Germans, look at them all snaking forward. Look at these Randy Ortons here, slithering. We've got a bunch of Randy Ortons here, slithering forward. They're trying to get into this cornfield, I think. Probably trying to use this wheat, this high, tall wheat. Yeah, you can see. Look how camouflaged you are if you get in this wheat. I think it would be cool in the future. I don't know if we would ever get this. If grass and wheat like this on the ground, if Periscope do an effect where it gets pushed aside as you go through it, I think that would be cool. I know there's things higher on their priority of things to do right now, but I think in the future, if a modder could do that, where the grass and wheat gets pushed aside as you like move through it, that'd be pretty cool. We're going to leave those guys there. We're going to zoom on over here because it looks like there's 3 main allied forces at the moment. There's one in the north, one in the west, and there's one over here in the south using this trench line as covered, waiting to push forward. Sadly, in admin cam, I can only hear the vocals of one team. I don't get to hear the chats of both teams. In the future, it would be nice if Periscope did allow me to hear both sides in admin cam. Not just me, all admins. Look at this high-res tree. This is one of the new trees they added. So there's a lot of fighting going on already. The allies actually have a small squad over there who are watching the flank of this allies squad, this Axis squad. This Axis squad, if they decide to push forward, they're going to be in the open line fire of the allies here. You can see the squad leader going first. He got disconnected. That is really unfortunate. He got disconnected in front of our eyes. Sergeant Powers of 1st RB. F, man. You got disconnected in front of... That was your moment to shine. So we'll go to... Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Someone's added that in the game. One of the SDK modders. They've added a decoy. I said I would try to find Salty throughout this game and try to get some close-up with Salty. He was whispering me, asking if I was going to cast the event. So let's go over to the German force over there. We can hear the machine gun fire and the mortars are starting to come in now. We can hear the Germans over here in the... What would this be? This would be the northeast side. They've taken over this small French hamlet. And they've got their MGs firing it. Sergeant Powers has returned. Welcome back, Sergeant Powers. So we can see the Germans' MGs here deployed, and they're putting suppressive fire down on the town. They're probably just trying to be a distraction. Just putting suppressive fire down range to try keep the Allies focused to the north, while the other forces flank in from the south and east. Let's go back over here, because there has been a few casualties over here. This German force in the south did come under fire by the looks of it. We can see some grenade destruction. And there has been a few casualties. You can see the grey, the grey. So it was 2 French. So 2 6GA soldiers have gone down. It's said, I'm not sure who this is. Can I see if I bring in the name text for a second? Salty. Oh, Salty. No, of all people, Salty. Of all people, it had to be you. I said I would get some close-ups. Well, you know what, Salty? Here's your moment. Here's your moment to shine, Salty. This is the close-up. I said I'd get some action for you, and you promised some good gameplay. So here you go, man. Can we get some nopers in chat? Salty. You tried. You tried and you've let me down. If you're wondering why I'm using the map quite a lot, because this is a one live event, things are going to move a lot slower. I'm going to keep the name tags off for now. You can see that machine gun fire. So the machine gun fire that's coming in from the north is actually suppressing the allies who have placed up some fortifications. You can see the bullet sprays, the debris hitting up, pinning these two British riflemen. They're trying to return fire. There is a Bren gun here. There's a few riflemen and Stens returning fire. The deployment of this Bren gun is very interesting. So basically, there's just a exchange of machine gun fire at the most part. Not many casualties. There's been 2 casualties on the 6GA, the Allies side, but for the most part, not many casualties. You can see the Axis here. They've pushed forward. They've pushed across from the ridge line. They've moved across the road using this raised terrain here to return fire. The SG-44 there, that will be Powers who got disconnected. He's putting suppressive fire downrange. The rifleman there returning fire as well. Look how different this is to public service. You actually have to make use of suppressive fire. You have to move in as a team. You have to move in as a unit. You can't just run forward over and over again. And look at these Velociraptors here. Look at them. Stay out of the tall grass. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. That's a... he's having a great time. He's having a fantastic time. Oh boy, there. Look at them, they're slithering through the wheat. Would this be wheat or is this rye? Whatever that is. Farmers, let me know what that is. Is that wheat? Is that rye? Let me know. Look at this German force using the bush line, using the tall grass. They originally crossed the road using the ditch line, and now they're pushing forward in this long column, single fire column. Squad leader at the front, leading the charge. They're going to run right into some of the defenders on cap. Cap won't be the cap. This will be just the objective. One grenade goes out. This grenade is actually going to alert the allies that the Germans are close. Shots being exchanged. I'll just open the map for a second. You can see one casualty inside the compound that the 6GA are defending, the allied forces. More grenades going out. A barragement of grenades at this point. The German squad here actually has good cover. They've got the raised ground and the ridge and the bushes. So they've got hard cover and also visibility cover. So they're in a good position, really close to the cap. They're pushing forward further. Suppressive fire being exchanged. I feel this is just blind fire at this point. This is just suppressive fire in both directions. Smoke's going out there for the Germans. They're trying to smoke the allies, blind them so they can push forward even more. One headshot there. We just heard a headshot go out. Let's have a look at the allied position. So they are obviously in here somewhere. Trying to find them. Ground floor window. Look at that. It's so hard to see these Germans pushing forward. It's just grenades going out here at the moment. Smoke's giving the Germans some cover. The MG fire in the north still coming in. Look at that big push coming in. There has been an exchange in the north. But we're just going to stick here for the moment. It looks like the MG suppressive German squad has been countered in the north by a Roman 6GA counterattack. And if we look here, there's been a lot of casualties from this German squad. Only 4 Germans alive, but they did deal casualties in return. But they've also been flanked by another smaller 6GA squad coming from the position they originally held. So this Axis squad, this German division, has now been sandwiched between the defenders on cap and a counter attack. I feel like this German squad here is really in a tough spot, and they're probably going to go down if they can't get if they stay in this situation. See, a radio man and 2 riflemen still alive. Trying to keep that presence up in the south. Was that a grenade? Did we just see a grenade go out? Was that debris? They are being mortared, though, and smoke has been thrown at their position. So only 3 remaining from that German squad. They did inflict some casualties. Let's head over to the north now. Look on the north. You can see this big squadron that was pushing in from here for the Germans. They use smoke. They're pushing across this open field. They're using the bush line here in the north side of the objective area. They've pushed all the way forward to the French hamlet here. 1 British soldier goes down there, but he did get a kill in return. There's been a full exchange of casualties here on both sides, both German squad and also Allied squads going down. But the defenders hold the better position. They're obviously in a more advantageous position, being in the buildings, having hard cover, having better visibility as well. I just heard a headshot go down there. I think that was a German being headshot. You can hear the 6GA. Zoid, we mentioned Zoid. He's probably going to die at some point. Obviously, it's Zoid. He's dead. No surprise there. Yablonski being dead, though, on the other hand. That is a surprise. Probably Zoid led him into a bad situation. So, usually Zoid's fault. German riflemen here. Smokes have actually gone out, blinding the Allied defenders for time being. Let's look at the map again. You can see there's a big exchange of numbers on both sides. Let's just head over to the north where that original machine gun battalion that the Axis forces had has been countered by a flank from a small British Allied squadron. There's still a close quarters combat going on here. 1 medic alive for the Allies and a squad leader for the Germans, and the Germans get the squad leader. All the Allies and Germans are dead in the north apart from 1 German squad leader, but that German cannot revive anyone. If a medic gets up in the north from the Germans, he'll be able to revive all the downed German players. Well, that's costly for both sides. Both sides have basically lost a squad in that exchange. You could say the Germans came out on top because the last man standing is a German squad leader, but he's now up against it. He's got no squad to command. He's on his own. In the south as well, that 3-man German squad managed to get away. They're trying to position further south. They're trying to flank around. 3 men of them alive. Radio Pioneer and also just a basic rifleman. Look at them pushing through this south field. Don't let the render distance fool you. That's actually tall grass that they're pushing through there. So it might look like they're running from an open field, but that's actually tall grass. It'll be hard to spot them. Half track coming forward for the Germans. So that last remaining squad leader in the north has decided to drive forward with a German half track here. That machine gun will actually be useful. If they can get that machine gun up and online, someone gets inside it, they can start doing some heavy suppressing with it. They can even push forward with this half track, using it as hard cover. They could use this half track as cover, pushing forward. Looks like the obviously I can't hear what the Germans are saying, unfortunately. I can only hear what one faction is talking, but I imagine all of the Axis players here are talking in local command, trying to figure out a plan, what they can do. The Germans have suffered heavy casualties in this game. They're currently outnumbered. They do have a couple of Germans pushing forward. There is 1 German soldier here. Look at him. Grenade going out from him. Not quite sure what he's aiming at. Falls short. Just lands behind a wall. But he's pushing forward. Using the vegetation, the ferns, to mask himself. He's actually got himself in a good position here. I don't think the Allies would expect a German to be this far forward. Nope. 1 Allied soldier has spotted him. A rifleman with an Enfield returning fire. German. Another grenade goes out. Grenadier? What's it called? That was actually a good thrown grenade. He might have actually got him with some splash damage there. Nope. He was hitting quite well. There was another little wall holding back the majority of that splash damage. What would be clever for this half track, if this hard track picked up a medic, they could drive a medic back to the north. And I think that's what they've done. So it looks like this squad leader in the north picked up a medic, and he's going to drive a medic back up to the north to revive all the downed German players. Good use of tactics there. Driving up, being an Uber, picking up a German medic so he can drive all the way back north to pick up the downed German players. Which is going to sway things back into about 50-50 situation. It looks like numbers-wise, the Allied forces, 6J, might hold the advantage slightly on numbers, but that's going to quickly change once those down troops in the north get up and that half-track brings them back into the battle. I swear this grass is new in this field. It looks like they've updated the grass in this field. Speaking of the Germans, however, look at this. This 3-man squad at the beginning, they're still going. Pioneer, Radio Man, and a basic rifleman. They've flanked all the way around. They've used the long grass, the vegetation, the new nice high-render trees. Look at these high-res trees. Keep it up, Periscope. You're doing a good job. They're pushing forward. Bayonets attached. They want to get close and dirty. We can see an allied squad moving, changing positions. One thing I do like about the Chapter 2 maps, you can definitely tell from the Chapter 2 maps, they increased their priority on making a map look pretty. The Chapter 2 and 3 maps look a lot prettier than the Chapter 1 maps. In the future, I hope the Chapter 1 maps get a little graphic overhaul so they look on par with the Chapter 2 maps. But that Allied squad moving away means these 3 infantrymen there are able to now move in from the south. No one is covering the south for the 6GA. They've all returned to the center of the town. We can see that medic in the north. As we said, that medic in the north has revived, looks like 4 down Germans. And there has been a push here by the Germans as well. They push in on the north side. German radio pushing down the road here. He's in the open. Rifleman near him. Bayonets have been attached. Everyone has attached a bayonet. German radio pushing forward. He's now inside the complex. We'll stick on board this German radio here. It looks like he's trying to get into the buildings to clear them out. We can hear Harper talking there, talking to his squad. One goes down, and he gets flanked in the side. A radio man in the barn watching nearby. Saved. If that German radio got into that building there, all those British soldiers could have gone down. South, though, still exploded. We've got another German radio here flanking in. Look at this, a second German radio flanking in here. He's got that semi-automatic rifle. I can't pronounce its name. The Growler, whatever it's called. The Growler, he's pushing in. He's trying to get into these buildings, trying to take out those MGs. First, 1 kill there. His position has been noted, though. You can hear the 6GA calling out. They know someone's close by now. Let's look at the map quickly. More German troops pushing in from the south. This 3-man squad here has done a good job of relocating itself. Enfield on the corner. Spotted one of the Germans. M1 carbine in the window, taking down the German radio. Second German tried to climb up over the wall. He gets spotted easily by the British radio. But there is still a Pioneer alive here for the Germans. He's trying to get in. I don't think he can actually climb through this window, which is unfortunate. If he can climb through this window, that'd be the perfect flank. They would not expect someone coming in through the rear window. But I don't think he can actually jump through it on his own. What he could do is maybe jump on this roof. 1 grenade. This is going to be a good grenade. If he lets this grenade. What a grenade! 3 kills for that German there. What a beautiful grenade. Clearing out the upper story of that barn. Let's get his name quickly. Give him credit. Sergeant Wilson of the 1st IB. Credit to him. What a beautiful grenade. He completely cleared out that building. Numbers very even, but you can see, look, a 6GA squad that flanked in the east at the beginning has continued its flank around, and now it is coming up behind the German forces. Allies still have the number advantage, but the Germans are pushing in very good here, clearing building to building. They're pushing forward. They have medics alive, slowly clearing out one by one. They also still have that half-track. That half-track that just drove by the British squad, maybe knew, maybe heard, maybe saw the British squad. But look at that 6GA squad flanking from behind. This half-track, did it see the British forces? Did it see the Allies? Look how close they are. Shots any moment? Or are they going to wait? Are they going to be patient? So we've got a 5-man squad here that used the half-track to flank in from the east. But they don't realize that they've got a British squad from the 6GA ready on their flank. Immediately ready to start unleashing on them. Mortars. Falling a bit short or a bit far, depending on how you look at it. One German goes down. Shots exchanged. SG-44 returning fire. So 6J flanking in now. Trying to get one British soldier goes down. The Germans have been completely pinned here. They've got an SMG. They've got lots of SMG. They've got a lot of suppressive fire that they can return. A pistol being used to return fire. This is full-on exchange now. One grenade falls slightly short, but shot from the side. One German goes down. MG trying to return fire. He's been flanked, though. He gets taken out by an Enfield. There's only the squad leader and one MG left from this German force. He's going to get... This squad leader... The squad leader, the only one left now. He's being flanked from all sides.
Throw nade, no! I don't have a nade. I don't have. But he's in the fucking bush. I killed MG. One guy left in the bush.
You can hear Bowler calling out. Bowler calling out where he is. Look at them. They're trying to find him in the long grass. They can't see him. Look at the camouflage. Another kill. And there goes a grenade. Oh, no. And...
You got him. I think he blew up. Come on.
You know what? Bowler, I think he blew up. I think you're right. I think he's gone. That was a good flank there. But look, let's look over on the main camp now. There is two German pioneers alive. 2 German pioneers in the town versus 2 British forces in the town. But the British, the 6GA, they still have a full squad that they can move in. So can these 2 German pioneers pull this off? Can they take the first objectives?
Yeah, try and pitch and clear. Take some.
You can hear Mac Bean talking in local chat. He's trying to give out the communication for his team. You can see the 6GA pushing forward, trying to find it. That's it. You're unsubbing. I'm sorry, Zoid. I still love you. Wait, you're not even subbed. Goddamn liar. Not even subbed. These 2 German pioneers, they know they can do it. They just have to be very cautious here. It's up against them. Can they pull off a clutch? Can they call an ace? They have what they need to destroy the objectives. It is 2 versus 4, 8, 9. 2 versus 9. The pioneers only have the K9s. One grenade goes out.
Right behind you, Magby.
Ooh, lucky dodges there. Look at the prone. Those bullets hitting straight above him. Bayonets.
I got him.
Good job, Bowler. Good job. 1 German left alive.
Not that much.
He just got a headshot. Bowler, for all his celebrating, for getting a bayonet killed, he gets returned by karma by getting shot in the face. Pistol exchange. The revolver's out of ammo. 1 exchange going on here, and then the Sten comes from the side.
Jesus fucking hell.
First objective has been defended by 6GA. Good job to the defenders. Unfortunate there for the Germans. They did an incredible job, though. It was very close in the end. If the 6GA didn't have that squad flanking the half-track squad, I feel the Germans could have taken that. But that is the first objective. Good job. We're going to move on to the second objective. We'll wait for everyone to respawn. So I also know how this is going to work now. So we're going to move from one objective to the next. So the next objective, objective 2, it's the same. The Germans need to get in and destroy the ammo caches. We'll see if they can do that. But GG. GG. That was a good objective. That was nice. I like that. I'm tempted to have another rum and coke, but I don't want to be. I already get accused of being an alcoholic, and I barely drink. I just like drinking in certain situations.
Next part here.
Alive, the guys are still alive.
Oh, that is very cool. I've only just noticed. So the story of this event is that the British forces were low on supplies, they were low on manpower, and it was the French resistance that has been supplying the weaponry and extra manpower. And you can see they've combined French and British soldier models. That is a nice attention to detail. I've only just noticed that. That is really cool. That is really cool. I like that. I like that attention to detail. I like how Merv, I posted he's just done aha after I showed him both designs. Merv, I want to know, which one do you like more? The yellow stars or the red stars? Wait. Oh yeah, I forgot they still had a public no, well, public I guess. They still had a Oh no, wait, I thought that was a noose for hanging people. Yeah. It's for logs. But they still had they still had public executions and hanging, right? Back in the 40s. I'm pretty sure they did. In France and the UK. It just wasn't common anymore. So this is the second objective. It is the lumber camp. You can see this bush line basically covers the south. They do have a concrete bunker down here. Lots of hard cover with these logs. Very open ground for the Germans to cover. While the British, they have a couple of fortifications. They have this bunker here, and they have hedgerows all around. In the north, they have this dense tree line. First ammo cache is located here. I'm onto my G fuel now, keeping those energy levels going.
I'm trying to find
So we can see the German forces have spawned. They're moving in. We'll just keep on the Allies for the Allied perspective for now.
Yeah, we're gonna be dry.
Sorry, that's right. If I burp, if you're watching on YouTube and I burp and I, you know, it's the rum, okay?
Boys,
What can I say? Kraken.
boys, circle up. Yeah, we gotta fix ammo. Let's check.
Oh, it's lemon.
Everyone here. All right, anyone have ammo? Let's get the medic.
So obviously this is a one live event. So if you, so for example, about 8 players from the British side survived round 1.
Red, where's your ammo?
Obviously, there's no way for them to get ammo back if they expelled all their ammo in the first round. So portions of the Allied defenders now are without ammo. They're very low on ammo, as you can hear. And look at the machine gun fire coming. Look at that hail of bullets coming in. So there's a hail of machine gun fire from the Germans coming in from the south through the tree lines. And look at all the British forces. They're returning fire with their Enfields the best they can. But a hail of bullets at the very beginning. I don't think anyone actually got hurt. But you can see the tracers coming. Look how cool that looks. We'll just stay on this angle for now. Look at the bullets coming in. The hail of fire coming in from the MG42s and 34s. I believe it's 34 from the Germans, suppressing the British defenders. A tracer just bounced past us then. Look at the tracers bouncing as well. That's pretty cool. So the British forces and the French forces, I would guess you'd say, the Allied forces are being heavily suppressed here from the south, from the tree lines. And that thick, dense tree line in the south completely masks where the MGs are. It's going to be very hard for any British defenders to return accurate fire while they're being suppressed by MGs. So that is cool. Again, this is something you don't see in public events, or even in like clan events when it's clan versus clan in competitive element. You only see this kind of gameplay in these one live custom D&D style events, which I think is really cool. It's more realism. So you can hear all the again. There's no squad chat. You can't talk in squad chat. You have to do everything by local chat. Only the radio men can talk in command chat. So radio men are responsible for passing messages between squads. So they're having to spread most of the information in local chat. You see there was a British mortar there. So we've got British mortars trying to return fire. A hand mortar. Let's zoom on over to the Germans now. Those MGs in the south. Those mortars, we can already see those mortars are falling very short of where the Germans are. It looks like the German Axis force, they've got a machine gun battalion. Similar to what they had on the first objective. They've got a small squad of mostly machine guns, and their role is just to suppress the British forces. And look at this here. We've got that's the MG42. In fact, we've got two MG42s just firing down here. Look at the position they've created for themselves here. They've also got riflemen with them to resupply them with ammo. I just heard an ammo box be given to one of the MGs. We've got another MG over here. So we've got 3 MG42s with 3 riflemen and 2 radiomen. Just putting a suppressive fire down rain. Really awesome. I love to see things like this, man. I love to see things like this. That's a really cool. I like that. With the sandbags that created themselves as well for more cover. That's pretty awesome. Let's head on over to the defenders, because they've been absolutely bombarded by machine gun fire. I don't think those machine guns have actually done any damage to anyone. There might have been a few wounds. But what those machine guns are doing is keeping the defenders' attention and also forcing the defenders to keep their heads down. Defenders are going to have a hard time putting their heads up to try to scout, spot approaching forces. You can see, look at all the defenders. All the allied forces, they're having to lay down. There are rifles being exchanged. You can hear the Enfields firing, trying to suppress the MGs back. So we've got a good position here from this rifleman. He's just spamming fire in return.
If we can, I'd call back the Frenchmen and let them come in. They could flank them, the French squad from.
So it sounds like it's the French squads that are going out and trying to counter the Germans, and it's the British squads that are staying on the objective, and they're being the hard defenders, while the small French infantry battalions, they're the ones going out to try counter the Germans as they push in. Very cool. I love D&D. I'm a big fan for D&D. I did roleplay for years in Warcraft. I led large D&D campaigns myself with like up to 150 people taking part in like a D&D event in an evening. I love stuff like that. I love creating stories. So I'm all sold for this. So we had this German squad trying to flank in from the northwest, but they've been spotted by a few scouts. And already we can see a German squad leader and a following rifleman. They've gone down. Smokes are now going out for these German attackers. Shots being exchanged on both sides. Some smokes going out, some grenades going out from both sides. One German rifleman cries out there. He gets gunned down by a Sten gun. No Wilhelm cry. Radio man just trying to return fire. Just trying to do suppressive fire. Suppressive fire is so important in these one life events. A suppressive fire will save your life. It will allow you to push forward. So you might be firing blindly, but in a one life event, if you can keep the enemy suppressed and stop them returning accurate fire, you're doing a good job of keeping yourself alive. So far, though, it's going to be the Germans who have suffered the most casualties. They've already lost 4 troops on that push in the north. Man, I love the Chapter 2 maps. They're so pretty. They're very bush campy. It's very hard to spot people on these maps because of the amount of bushes and vegetation. But I think the Chapter 2 maps and the Chapter 3 maps are such an improvement and graphically wise over the Chapter 1 maps. I would really love to see in the future, or maybe even a modder take up the task of updating the Chapter 1 maps to make them as graphically impressive as the Chapter 2 maps. Salty. So Salty is part of the Salty is part of the French resistance. All right, Salty. You were the first to go out in the first round. Show us something impressive now, Salty. And actually, see, there's actually been a few English defenders killed on the cap. Don't know what they've been hit by. Maybe the machine gun fire from the south, or maybe from the Germans pushed in from the north. I love how they've mixed in the French resistance forces and also the English defenders. I'm a nerd for this kind of stuff. What can I say? I don't know the history of it, but making your own stories and blending in your own mix of assets available to you, I think is really cool. Got another German radio. Why is it always the German radios that seem to be alive? Bayonet attached. He's throwing, looks like maybe a smoke. Yep, smoke's going out from him. We can see the French resistance though. The Germans have kind of been their initial push from the east has been kind of hard countered here. The MGs are still firing from the south, but they've had a really hard time pushing in from the east here, especially with the resistance, the French resistance forces coming in and flanking them. They've had a really hard time. We'll swoop on over to the French, a 4-man French resistance squad in the most northern part of this battle. They flank behind a German squad. I heard a headshot then. A French soldier just got a headshot then on a German soldier. That's cool. Those two trees have melded together. Got a German soldier right in front of a French soldier here. Oh, he's had to bolt the rifle.
One more down, headshots. They're scattered around.
He got so lucky then with the having to bolt his rifle. He got another one.
They're lying down shooting, guys. Headshots only.
What's his name? Rob Kopinski. They've cleared out the Germans in the north here. I love the fact that he had to he had to bolt his rifle to the German soldier laying down. Get a gaming headset. You would have heard him bolt his action. You might have heard him. Speaking of the Germans, though, they do have some infiltration going on in here. Smoke's going out. We do have a couple of German soldiers who have managed to flank into the lumber camp section of the objective point. They're not pioneers, though, I don't think. We do have one German alive over here. I can't see him, though, in the smoke. He's next to the ammo cache, so he might be trying to communicate to his soldiers nearby. If he's a pioneer, he'll be able to blow this up if he places down a HG. I don't think he's a pioneer, though. I can't see because he's hidden by the fob, the spawn location. That German soldier, though, just got 2 kills there. He's just got 2 kills on the German defenders. He's slightly weak. He's having to bandage himself. He's been grazed. You can see a British soldier putting down. The German's reloading his rifle. Can he reload his rifle in time? He doesn't. The Enfield gets him. He goes down.
One down, one.
Mac Bean there getting the kill. One objective has been taken out. So this was a German pioneer. So 1 ammo cache has been destroyed before the Bren gunner got him. So the Germans have taken out 1 ammo cache. The entire German flank that came in from the east side, they've been all taken out. The French forces flanking around behind them, clearing them out. But there are still German forces on the play. They have a half track going in the north, and they still have that strong MG battalion or squad in the south. And they have managed to destroy 1 objective. Making use of the half track, then this half track has it's only got 3 soldiers inside. We can't tell who is inside at the moment, unfortunately. But when they get out, we'll be able to tell if there's pioneers. A big grenade going out there, or a mine. The half track drove over a mine. ambush set up there by the British. They've ambushed the half-track, hit by a mine originally, and then the Brens and the Stens wiping out the rest of the squad that survived.
Back off.
It's Jablinski. Of course it's Jablinski. He's placed the mine on the half-track, so the Germans are going to lose the half-track asset they had this game. So they were only given one half-track, and they've now lost the half-track. I don't think they'll be given a new one. So that's a big loss in assets for the German attackers there. You can see how many defenders are still alive here for the Allies. They've only lost a few individuals from the defending team. They're using their medics to get as many down players up as possible. I can hear someone shouting spread out. Spadacity! Where is it? Where's the Spadacity? 6GA? Come on.
Yeah, Ben's need to probably...
I really like how Periscope updated the tree assets. I hope they keep slowly updating the assets. You know, they don't have to do a massive graphical overhaul all at once. If they just take their time, every week or month they work on updating a graphic asset, that'd be great. You know, the first graphical update we got is new trees. Not only did they update old trees, but they also added a couple of new trees to make them so they actually have roots and stuff. Speaking of that, though, there has been a German push in the south. Smokes have gone out as the Germans are trying to push in. Grenades going into the tree lines. This is the MG squadron that was suppressing at the beginning. There goes one MG42. He gets hit by an Enfield. These two, a radio man and rifleman, they've been pinned. Can they push and get on the last objective? They are heavily outnumbered here. They do have firepower, though. They've got those MGs. I imagine they're going to be very low on ammo, though, with all the suppressing they did at the very beginning of the game. I heard someone else getting shot then. Smoke's going out. Grenades going out. They're doing their best to push forward. Suppressive fire. Just shots being exchanged from both sides. Obviously, the Germans here are heavily outnumbered, but they might as well go for it. They've got nothing to lose. They need to destroy these objectives. That's the goal of this event. Okay, you can hear this. The Allied defenders, listen to the hail of bullet fire heading their way. I don't think the Allies even know what they're shooting at. They're just returning fire through the trees and bushes. Just aiming at anything they think. Germans doing a good job pushing forward there. There's actually some Germans very close. One rifleman just gave himself some more ammo, so he's going to get himself some more grenades. Radio man just spamming fire. I'm not sure if that was a medic trying to revive one of the machine gunners, but he goes down. You can see the French resistance. They're flanking around again. I think the Germans, it's 3 against 20 at this point. Another German goes down. Now it's only 2 alive. Only 2 German soldiers alive. A radioman and a rifleman. A Sten gun is slowly approaching. This might be the end. Radio man saw him. Can the rifleman here? No, the rifleman has to reload. Sten gun is also reloading. Pistol out for the Sten gun. He threw a grenade. Rifleman, get him. Bayonet him. Do it. Do it. Get him. Good job. Oh, and he goes down, though. I think he actually bled out. And the last German soldier got hit by a grenade. So he goes down as well. So, the Allies managed to defend 1 objective on the second round. But look how many Allied soldiers are alive. This is actually a disadvantage at this point to the Allies. Because they would have exchanged so many grenades and so much ammo in this round. They're going to be limited on their ammo going into the 3rd objective. Not only do they have to run over to the objective, which is going to take about 5 minutes. They're also going to be very limited with the ammo they have now. In that exchange there, there's a lot of suppressive fire going down, so riflemen will probably be low on ammo. Their brain guns might be low on ammo. So actually, the Germans get a big advantage. Even though they all died and they only took one objective, at least they're going to replenish all their ammo going into the third objective, where the Allies, they're going to be a little bit weaker on the ammunition they have, because they can't respawn. We do have some respawning, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It looks like 7 defenders have respawned. Fair, fair. I feel like I need to pour myself another room. You know what? That G Fuel tastes really horrible. I'm not a fan of lemonade.
What bushes? Just down the hill. Forward deploy. We might all push out that far. Minus the Vickers.
So I believe there is no downtime. There is no downtime. There's not going to be a break in between. This objective is live. We're at the third objective now. So the remaining Allied forces have to run over here. But so do obviously the Germans have to get here as well. So the Allies, not only are they going to be suffering from ammo a little bit, they're also not going to get time to find the best positions to set up their defense. Oh, that's not a good sign. I'm hiccuping and I'm not even drinking yet. Kraken, if you're looking for a Twitch partnership, hit me up, man. I don't think you're sponsoring any Twitch streamers yet. Kraken, you're my favorite rum. I fucking love you. Please hook me up. I will happily be a Kraken sponsor. Kraken, the best black spice rum. I think it's black spice rum. It is spiced. My favorite. I love it. I love it. I try not to drink it often. I try to save it as treats as well. I don't. Because obviously I'm not an alcoholic, despite the clattering of bottles next to me. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm not an alcoholic. So I try to save, especially my favorites, for special occasions like this. So far, this is going to be a long video for YouTube as well. This is going to be like a 2-hour video. So, a reminder. For the Allies, for the Axis to get a victory tonight, they have to destroy the majority of the ammo caches. That is their objective. There is 8 in play. They've destroyed 1. There is 2 objectives less. It's 2 per objective. So they now, going forward, they have to destroy all objectives in the last 2 remaining areas. All the British have to do is make sure they fail to destroy 1 ammo cache, and then they've got a victory. It might be a minor victory, but it's still a victory. Look at this open field, like that is facing the. Oh, there's also a Vickers gun here set up.
Who needed ammo? Or medic did.
This open ground here that the Germans might have to come across. I gotta say, like, this portion of the map really needs to see some more love. They need to add some layers where we use this part of the stone map, because stone is such a huge map, and there's so many carefully developed areas like this. They need to utilize these areas. They really do.
Even up here on the north side.
Yeah, I'm going north.
There's good rocks, good trees.
So the defenders here actually have very good cover with these hard rocks. They've also got the thick tree line north of them, and then it's just an open field to their east and south, pretty much. This would be a death trap for anyone to try to push over it. But if the Germans keep to what they've been doing, if they have a machine gun battalion, they could position a machine gun battalion in the trees on the hill, and they could just rain down machine gun fire again onto the objective, forcing the Allied defenders to keep their heads down.
Moving through the trees. Right now.
Northeast 60 degrees.
60 degrees.
Squad.
Sorry, buddy. But it doesn't make sense to have somebody go ammo.
Northeast 60 degrees.
So we can hear the British, the Allied forces, have spotted some of the German attackers. They've called it out. Their radio man has been calling out the degrees.
Yeah, I see it, I see it.
And now everyone's got eyes on. We've got the Vickers gun here. So the allies, the first asset they actually get to use. They've got a Vickers gun here. Very powerful, especially in a one life event. It could just spray through the trees.
I gave him the rifle. When he falls.
It might be from World War One, but hey, it'll do the job.
Yeah, when he falls, I'll take his position.
Oh,
Yeah,
there we
they're
go.
way out.
It's like 500-600.
Oh, I see what he does.
First shot goes out.
Can I mortar that?
Second shot goes out.
It's 70 degrees.
There goes the Vickers gun. Look at the spray going out. You can see the bullets hitting the trees and the ground in the distance. Mortars going out as well.
There it is. First fire. In the forest.
Heavy fire, and that's what we spoke about. The return fire from the Germans. So the Germans are keeping up this tactic where they have an MG squadron. And look at the tracers coming in from those MGs, raining down on cap, trying to force the allies to keep their heads down. The Vickers trying to return fire through the trees. It's so hard to spot where those German MG fire is coming from. All you can see is the tracers coming out of the trees.
Yep.
So good suppressive fire there from the MG42s. That's a 3-man MG42 squad with riflemen and I believe a radio man helping coordinate their attack. The Vickers gun returning fire bravely. He's actually quite exposed. MG fire might be able to hit this radio man. Look on the map quickly. You can see the Germans are pushing in from the basically a big push coming in from the east. Let's head over to those MGs again because it's so cool seeing those MGs lined up and doing suppressive fire at such a distance. This is my second rum and coke as well, so if I start to slur names, I'm sorry. I already have a hard time. You see the MGs are being suppressed themselves. Those Vickers gun. You can understand why. Look at these MGs. They're having to fire through these dense tree lines and these bushes. So their accuracy is going to be depleted a little bit as they have to fire blind through bushes somewhat. They've got a squad leader over here. Riflemen supporting the MGs. So shots being exchanged. You can hear the Vickers gun firing. This would be a death trap for any Germans to push through this field, really. So I can understand why the Germans are probably... Salty says hi. Hi, Salty, man. How you doing? And there it goes. The MG fire has managed to knock off the Vickers gun. Someone else has jumped on the gun now. Just returning fire at random. Can't see where the Germans are. You just have to return back. Try use the tracers. A headshot there. Someone just got headshot. I heard the sound of a headshot. Someone just got whacked by some suppressive machine gun fire. That was the headshot. So look at this crossfire. We've got crossfire coming in from the MGs now. They've got a MG positioned in the trees to the left. They've got MGs straight to the north. So there's actually crossfire coming in now, pinning down the British defenders here even more. The Vickers gun goes offline again. On the north side, we can see the Germans have pushed in with a squad. There's been casualties on both sides. The majority of the casualties, though, have been on the German side so far, but they are pushing in the north, trying to push through the tree lines here. Grenades exchanged, smokes exchanged. This is really the best angle for the Germans to come in from the moment. They can't push across that open field. That'd just be a death trap for them. You can see a medic running. Is that a medic trying to get his down teammates? He's just running. Bare hands. You can see a British squad here. They're pushing forward. You can see M1 carbine firing. So there are German forces. They are outnumbered in the north here. The British have got a very strong position here. There's a ditch, all this hard cover, and the foliage of the bushes to defend them. The MG fire still raining down.
Stay in the hard cover, boys. They can't kill us. They can't.
Don't be on the MG though. You will get hit.
So you can hear the local communication here from the defenders. They can't even get on the Vickers gun now because they just keep getting knocked out flying. So they're telling people not to get on the Vickers gun. This German squad here push across. The MG fire doing its job. The MG fire doing a good job. Grenades going into the trenches. The MG fire doing an excellent job covering the approach of this German squad. Grenades going into the trenches. This is a beautiful push here. Look at the Germans flanking into the trenches. Grenades going in. Shots going in. Good grenades. A big grenade there, wiping out a full squad. Headshot there. What a push there by the Germans. Supported by the MGs. And this entire British defensive squad in the south has been knocked out. There's only the commander, I believe, and a radio man left to defend the cap. What a beautiful push there. Combination of the suppressive fire from the MGs and then the German squad pushing forward. Can they get on the objective? Can they take it out? Sniper fire coming in from the north. So it looks like the defenders are actually trying to pull men back now from other positions. What a beautiful push there. A big grenade wiping out a full squad there. Four British soldiers unable to be revived because they got killed by the grenade. The Germans have suffered casualties here, though. They have suffered heavy casualties themselves. It was a great push. They did wipe out the defenders. But the 6GA, the defenders, just have so many people left alive. They did a good job holding the north, allowing them to pull reinforcements down. We'll stick on board this German rifleman. He is a pioneer. He can destroy the objectives if he can place down that HE. If he can spot them, he might be able to get there and take one out. That's what the Germans need to do. They need to destroy. I think he just placed down a HE before he died. Did he just? He did. I think he just placed a HE down before he dies. I heard the sound of a clip. Yeah, there goes the HE. He actually got a kill with it, I think. But he didn't destroy the ammo cache. It wasn't close enough. Am I single? I'm not, Zoid. I'm not single. You can actually see it's the French resistance group that has been called in to defend the cap. There are no Germans left from that push. It was a beautiful push. They did an incredible job. They wiped out half the defenders that was on the point. But there was just there wasn't enough support for them to keep pushing and getting on the objective. But what an incredible push. We can see the German attackers, they're kind of spread now. But so are the defenders of the 6GA, both the French resistance squad and also the English defenders squads. They've had to run all the way back to the objective and take over where they was wiped out by that beautiful flanking push that was supported by the MG fire in the south. It was unfortunate that they couldn't take out the objective. They got very close. A last desperate attempt there by the German pioneer who was on his own.
Do you want me to give them new orders? They had any contact or no?
You can hear the commander talking to his assigned radio man, trying to get information from the rest of the team. Shots still coming in.
140, 400 meters.
Yeah, they're in this tree.
Am I cute when I hiccup? Is that it?
Yeah, section 1's reporting light contact, but nothing serious.
They're moving to southwest. I can see them.
East 100.
Yeah, let squad 1 know they're gonna have contact.
I love how we get a mix of also the Enfield and the French rifles, the lapel. That's pretty cool. There is still a large force of German squads left. There are outlying defenders though. Look at this, destroyed. Were these placed in the game by the admin of the event, or are these placed in there by Periscope? I feel like these are added afterwards by the admin of this event. Because I don't think in the time period of Chapter 2 they'll have these tanks, so I think those have been like added in for this event especially. You can hear Carlson there. Is he from the Scottish Guards or Irish Guards? I couldn't catch his accent. Medic. I didn't catch his full accent. He sounded Scottish or Irish? Probably Scottish. So at the moment, it's still looking in favor of the defenders this round. It's still looking in the favor of the defenders this round. They still have ample numbers.
They're right in the woods.
You can see the rifles, the British rifles here, the Enfields, watching the southern tree line, returning fire. The commander here, communicating to his radio man, who can inform the rest of the team where the next push might be coming from. Yeah. We'll head to the south. I heard the lapel there. The distinctive sound of the French rifles, it just sounds like an air gun. The sound of air. I love the sound of the French rifles. They're so quiet, and it just sounds exactly like an air gun. Compared to the German guns that are very loud and they roar. Good grenade there. Wiping out 3 German attackers there. A very well-placed grenade. Yep, three German soldiers went down there. This pioneer somehow managed to survive. He was just outside the radius, but he was hit by some shrapnel. He had to bandage himself. MG42 here, just trying to do suppressive fire through the trees and bushes. Trying to keep down the defenders' heads so the rest of his squad can push forward. German radio here pushing forward. Pioneer still alive. French resistance forces coming in. We've got a bayonet charge here by a Frenchman looking to get revenge. He's going straight towards that MG. The MG ducking left and right. So Gia there getting the bayonet kill. MG there, the MG42 cleaning up a few kills there, returning fire through the bushes. He doesn't know where he's getting shot from. He's just trying to kill off this last Frenchman. It's an MG34, actually. And there he goes down. The Frenchman hiding. The last French resistance fighter from that squad. There are a couple of Germans alive. They're looking for where they got flanked from. There's a radio man still alive here somewhere. Sounds like someone's moving a piano or a table. MacBean is doing some home improvements by the sounds of it over his microphone. Don't hurt yourself, MacBean. Remember, lift with your knees, not your back. So we've got a German squad leader still alive. He's patrolling through. He's moving slowly, trying to find out where these Frenchmen are. Man, who do I root for here? Do I root for the French or do I root for the Germans? Both the English mortal enemy. He's... The Frenchman knows there's an STG. He's heard the gunshots.
Here comes Jason's freedom fighters. Come on.
Who is still alive here?
Careful, guys. There still might be Germans around us.
There's definitely still Germans.
It's Thunder. Thunder is the one, and he...
Yep. There he is.
The last Frenchman goes down. Thunder goes down, so it's only this German still alive. Oh, there is still a Frenchman right in front of him. The medic there, he got revived.
Take your shots. Don't know. Shots came from the E. 110.
so close to each other. Headshot there. Shots missed. The German, down to his pistol. Gets the kill with the Luger. Can he do it? He's getting flanked. You can see the French moving through the bushes. What a flanker. This is a good flank. Changing his position. He's heavily outnumbered. He's got a grenade. Good grenade. Took a shot through the smoke with a pistol. He's flanked on all sides. He's doing his best. No.
Got him.
He whiffed his shots at the end, and Seb cleans up the objective. Objective 3 goes to the Allies. Who was that? Error to Pat? Thank you for the follow. Welcome. So I think that means, if I'm correct, the Allies have won. They've held the majority of the ammo caches. The Germans only managed to get 1. They're asking if they can still do the 4th objective. And I think they are going to. So the Axis, the German forces, have lost this part of the Operation Pericles event. But they're still going to play They're still going to play the 4th objective anyway, which is good. This has been fun. They're still going to play the 4th objective, even though they've lost. And the round is live immediately. So again, it's going to be the Allies who have to run to the objective as well. The majority of their forces have to run to the 4th objective, and they're going to be having some ammo depletion. They're going to be running low on ammo because they can't respawn and get more ammo unless it's given to them by riflemen. You can see the French resistance force going out already. A 4-man resistance squad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 with the other 4, so that's 17. So it's 17 defenders got killed that last game who had to respawn. Again, this is part of the map of stone that we never see. Look how cool this little area is. We never see this part of the stone map played, but someone spent so much time designing this, and they did a really good job designing this place. But there's no layers of stone that use this part of the map. Maybe when Maginot is released, we'll get some additional layers for the Chapter 2 maps, because it's such a shame. How many of people watching this video on YouTube or on Twitch, how many of you knew this little hamlet here, this little town existed in-game? I didn't. Because you don't use this part of the map. There's no reason to come over here in a actual game. It's so far out of the objective areas for all layers. It's worthless to go over here. So hopefully in the future, Periscope releases some extra layers for the Chapter 2 maps with the release of Maginot maybe to utilize these areas that have been so well designed and look so cool. Because I didn't know this little town, this little farming hamlet existed until tonight. Because it's so far away from any actual gameplay that you do in the layers. So they're going to play the last round, even though the Allies have technically won, which is cool. This has been a fun event. I'm glad to see more of it.
Yeah, because it's more aggressive.
So well designed as well. This could be a capture zone in one layer. Obviously, the Cromwells and the extra sandbags, I believe, have been added. And the ammo caches have been added by the event admins. But this could be a capture zone. You could have this calf here as the center of the capture zone in a layer. And it's so well designed. Someone spent so much time designing this. Look at this little pond area over here. It's so cute. A little bridge going over it. These bricks defy physics a little bit, but you know. Anyway, we're on to Objective 4. The Allies have technically won. At this point, they're just playing for fun. Maybe the Germans can still do some damage to the Allies. Chapter 5, Part 5 of this storyline-driven event. I don't know when it's going to happen. Hopefully, I can cast Part 5. I would love to. So I'll keep you posted on that. Make sure you join my Discord to get information for events that I'm going to be casting and hosting. Especially if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you get a bit more involved in the community. You'll learn when I'm hosting events and stuff. I'm currently the admin for Season 3 of the European Ladder. It's very stressful. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that all goes well. So we've got one French resistance squad over here as the outer defenders, ready to counter any Germans. The majority of the British defenders, look, they're still having to run the next objective.
During that bayonet charge.
I know, yeah. You got 2 stab kills, holy fuck.
Again, this area, like, this part of the map is so cool. It's just so unutilized. Lots of open fields, though. I will say that. Let's even power lines look that, like, lead. I don't know if these, like, vehicles have been added by the admins, but, like, the blown up Puma and the German truck, that's kind of cool. Not Puma, what was that? That was the 232.
Can they move to the south?
What was that?
Southwest of the objective.
So the British forces from Objective 3 have finally started to arrive and trickle in. So the defender forces on this 4th and final objective are starting to be bolstered a little bit. They're getting reinforced by the infantry that survived from the last round.
Guys, look northeast.
Machine gun fire already coming in. So the Germans sticking to that same tactic they had before of having a MG squad who just suppresses the point from distance. So let's see where they're holding up this time. They've positioned themselves just on the edge of this tree line. This is probably the worst position they've had so far. They're having to fire pretty blind uphill through cover. So this isn't the best position we've seen them using for their machine gun squad. They're having to fire in a very incorrigible position. How would you say it? Not a great point. Compared to the other positions where they've been basically firing downhill on the cap, this is probably the weakest position they've had. But hey, they're going to do a job of distracting the defenders. And already we can see a big German push coming in. I'm going to zoom over there because that's more important. There's already a big German push coming in from the east. I can see names going. I can see casualties going down on both sides. As the Germans aren't wasting any time to push in on the objective as fast as they can. Smokes, grenade going across from both sides. Look at this big smoke barrage coming in from the Germans from the eastern side. Pushing through the dense tree lines here. Look at this British defending force here in the CAF. 3rd story windows, 2nd story windows, firing into the forest. Big smoke coverage coming in on this side so the Germans can push forward. And you can already see the Germans pushing forward to the hard cover of the building. So this German rifleman getting himself in a great position here.
I'm upstairs. Can you get me up?
You can hear the medics with their syringe getting people up. The German radio sounds like he heard them talking inside. He heard them moving around. One British soldier goes down there. One British defender. And the radio man goes inside. Let's get on board this radio man. 1 kill. 2 kills. He's cleared out this building. Good job by that radio man. Very strong start here for the Germans. This is the strongest they've started throughout this event. Good start by them. They're already starting to push out the defenders on cap. The defenders are having to pull defenders back to the cap. But a full German squad here taking the side. A headshot there goes out. rifle fire being exchanged.
Got him.
Nice one. Fuck, there's so many bullets.
I'm trying to find who was alive. There was actually a medic alive in this building who saved that squad.
Can you patch us up?
A grenade goes out there.
To the east.
This is the one of the radio mans. The commander is inside the calf. And there are Germans on the inside, I believe. I'm trying to get a visual of them. Here he comes. And he goes down, unfortunately. A radio man there for the Allies. A good grenade, though. Did that grenade?
Anyone hear me? They're right in my building. Yeah. They're gonna come up.
Nope, that grenade didn't do any, didn't get anyone there. It's hard to move through buildings with the spectator cam. Another good grenade. And the grenade did get the radio man on the stairway. Bayonet attached from this German rifleman. The Allied commander is the only one alive in this building. And an exchange there. It looks like the German rifleman bayoneted the Allied commander as the Allied commander shot with his pistol to kill the German rifleman. So a nice exchange there. This has been good for the Germans, though, this objective. They actually have more numbers. They are slowly taking over the cap. They push the defenders all the way out, almost. If they can keep up this pressure, they might end up taking the last objective completely. They still have the MG squad. That MG squad has been completely flanked, though, by the French resistance. They're going to have to be careful, because their MG squad might get taken out completely by the 4-man French resistance squad. German squad leader. Whoa, big grenade there. We just caught that in time. The German squad leader and also, I think, a pioneer who was supporting him both go down to a very well-placed grenade. The radio man here trying to clean up the last of the French resistance.
Use your smoke.
The radio man goes down. Only 2 French resistance forces. So a good attack there. And the French resistance squad medic is still alive, so the French will be able to get their squad pretty much back on their feet there. Can you tell the rum is starting to hit me harder? Back to cap. The Germans have actually more numbers on the cap. If they can get their last medics forward to start reviving people, they'll actually be able to push out the defenders, I feel, from the cap themselves. Grimes goes down, apparently. We've got this British defender holding the staircase as his building is being swarmed from all sides. We've got Radio Man and Pioneer pushing forward here for the Germans, trying to find where those ammo caches are. We've got also a big push coming in from... There's still a German squad coming in from the south. So the Germans have been very strong in the attack. We've got a 3-man defender squad coming in here from 6GA.
Right, push the town.
Oh, it's Zoid. How is Zoid still alive? What? At this stage of the game?
Link up with me.
Okay, Zoid, okay. That's unusual for you, but okay. Zoid leading a small squad of 3 men. Trying to reinforce the cap, trying to take it back.
We got the STG, I think.
Guys, on me.
Radio man for the Germans there, managing to survive. A French resistance fighter holding up there. Shots being exchanged from the French resistance and also this German pioneer who has been pinned and suppressed by Zoid's reinforcing squad. The German the German resistance fighter and the radio man. Sorry, the French resistance fighter and the German radio man exchange. They trade. Zoid is still alive with Jablinski. Jablinski, that's not a surprise. A kill there for the German.
Don't push the stairs. Don't push the stairs.
I know, I was hoping I could just...
We've got a German holding the stairway. He managed to kill one of the Sten gunners.
I tagged him.
Zoid managed to hit a shot.
Can I
Again,
get up?
unusual for Zoid.
No. Lecter moves south.
Okay.
With his Dutch American accent.
Risk it, though.
But meanwhile, there's still this this German infantry squad that has flanked in from the south. They've completely taken over the south now. The machine gun squad for the Germans in the north, they're still alive. The 2 French resistance fighters are trying to run back to support the cap. There's only one.
You think I can clutch this shit?
Oh no, Zoid. I don't believe you can clutch this. We'll turn nameplates on for this because I think it's only Zoid left alive and the 2 French resistance fighters, Scott and Thunder. Can Zoid ace this? Probably not. Probably not.
Yeah, I'm definitely fucked.
Yeah, I agree.
There's too many angles they can come from. There's just too many angles, dude. I'm in the middle of the goddamn town.
One ammo cache just got destroyed by a Pioneer.
Go full Rambo, man. There's 2 Frenchies
floor
coming
hack?
in northwest now.
Yeah, no. I don't know where northwest is. I don't have the time to look at it.
You press Y, Zoid, and it'll tell you. Bring out your compass.
They should call it. No, there's one ammo crate still. Oh, I saw that guy. Hang on.
Zoid saw a guy. Saw a second guy. Got a kill. Incredible.
Got one.
The 2 French are flanking. They're still alive. Zoid under MG fire now. Scott and Thunder managed to kill one of the German troopers there. Can the 2 French resistance fighters with Zoid... No. Zoid goes down. Okay. No, to be fair, that was... Eventually, that was expected.
Be careful, be careful.
We're on Scott now and Thunder. 2 French resistance fighters. Can they keep the Germans destroying the last ammo cache?
You want to go through?
We could. It might not be good.
Let's go back around.
And that is the last... No, it isn't, actually. There's still an ammo. I'm not sure what that grenade was for, that heavy explosive.
The push.
Scott's got his bayonet on. Thunder
What the fuck?
behind.
Oh, you can go through that wall. What the hell?
Wait, can you?
One in this part. I think I just heard him.
Scott running forward with his bayonet. Viva France.
Oh shit.
He's under fire. He's getting suppressed by an SG-44.
Oh shit, that was close.
He's getting pinned by Fade. Rifleman just run in front of him. Missed his shot. Getting pinned by an MG now. German radio man bayonet attached. Scott gets the kill.
This is my fucking home. This is my country.
You hear him. He's fighting for France. This is his home.
Yeah.
Protect the object.
I will die for the motherland.
You're French, Scott. You're not Russian.
That's rude.
He gets suppressed. Baladra is pushing in. And he gets the kill. Scott goes down. And that's it. The Germans have actually taken the last objective. They managed to wipe out the British completely and the French forces. So in the end, Germany managed to take out... The German Axis forces managed to destroy 3 of the ammo caches. But it is going to be a minor, I believe, a minor victory for the Allies. As they managed to hold on. That's wrong. Hazel, they destroyed 3. They got 3 out of 8. They needed 5. They needed the majority. But congrats to 6GA. They're the winners. They claim victory in Chapter 4B of Operation Pericles. If you've been watching on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed this. Remember to like, subscribe, and also drop by the Twitch at twitch.tv/the_Yazoo to see more events, gameplay, and everything post-scriptum related. Until next time, YouTube viewers, take it easy. Appreciate it. I'll see you next time.